So the wife and I are watching TV last night, and this commercial comes on for AT&T, I think it was, selling, cell phones or whatever. And the whole commercial has people just looking at their cell phones, just looking at their cell phones and saying, got it, the whole time. And it was like, and at the end it was like, stay connected or something like that. And they were trying to advertise that, hey, use our cell phone service so you can stay connected to people by using your cell phone as opposed to human interaction. And I was really disturbed by the idea that it's more important to stay connected through your cell phones and through technology as opposed to staying connected as human beings. And it really made me upset and angry. But it made me think about how what they want to portray and get out of the whole cell phone thing, like what they were kind of going for, is really important and good. And the whole idea of community and people that you are connected to, that you respect, that respect you, and that type of stuff. Because just thinking about being at work, and one of our friends at work was thinking about, or not thought about, but applied to a different job that would be actually working for the DMV, where right now we're not working for them, we're working for the school and we're contracted out to DMV. But she was actually going to get a job working at DMV, and it was in the same part of the building but with different hours. She would be working a night shift, so it should be 1:30 to 10 or whatever, and that was completely different hours all of us were working. And it was really cool because she took into consideration the fact that she liked hanging out with all of us, and that our friendships that we had created there at work were kind of a determining factor whether she wanted to take the position or not. Obviously, her family and her kids and the money that it would bring in was more important, but still that she considered us in that decision. And I think that's something that we're all really lacking. And I lack it too, because I push people away all the time. But this sense of community with people, and not just like spouses, because as much as I love my wife, and I know my other friends love their wives, having a spouse is not enough. Hanging out with just Steph is not enough. For her, just hanging out with me is not enough for her. You need more interaction with other people as opposed to just your spouse or just your boyfriend or girlfriend or just your parents or whatever your living situation may be. There's a reason why we all get together in these societies and form these groups. As much as I think that they have become broken and discentered, they're there for a reason. We've made these for a reason. We come together for a reason, whether it be for common values or for creative influx or for simplicity of life, with people working together to create a greater good for everyone. It's really important to have those connections and those ties with each other. And I just think that commercial just made me really upset, but it makes me think about how important it is that we have each other to take care of each other, and that it's something that we all really need, and something that I think that we're kind of abandoning with all the different things that we're doing in our lives. Because this is something else that we were talking about at work today, about the different kind of things that we like to do. And one of my friends at work is talking about going to New York to go to an art school, which I think is great. And he asked me, we started talking about the Davids, Michelangelo's David, for some reason. And he's like, well, have you ever done any sculpture? I'm like, yeah, I actually took a class. I do wire sculpture. I really like it. And I wish I did it more, but I don't make time for it. And he's like, I'm glad that you said that you don't make time for it as well as you don't have time for it. And I really feel like that's how it is with our friends. We don't make time for the people that are in our lives. We make these friendships in elementary school and high school, and then we graduate and then we start our lives, and we completely lose all of those friendships and connections for the most part. Some of us keep in contact with people, which I think is really great. I have a couple of friends still from high school that I try to keep in contact with, but I don't do a very good job of it. It's just that I don't, not them, I don't do a good job of keeping in contact with these people, and that happens to us. And I think that's really what's really destroying our community, is that we're too self-centered. And not necessarily selfish, I don't want to say selfish, but self-centered. We're starting our lives and doing our own thing, and we have a job or two jobs, and we go to school, and we have family, and we have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and then we have our hobbies, people that do intramural sports, or go to the, you go to work out and go to the gym, and there's just all these different, or church groups or whatever it is that you do. We have all these different things pulling us in so many different directions that we have no time for each other. And I'm not saying that, it's more important for me to go to my friend's house because they need me, but I need them too. Like, we need that interaction with each other to become, or to stay sane, stable human beings. And it's really important to have that sense of community. And it's something that I really feel like I've been lacking lately, and that's part of the reason school's been so hard and why I'm mildly going insane, because as much as, you know, it's fun to hang out with people that I work with, we're still at work though when we're hanging out. We don't, you know, go to the pub after work for 3 hours and just chill and hang out and have some fries and beer. Not that I would drink anyway, but you get my point. And so I really feel like that's, you know, become a big problem for a lot of us, that we don't have that sense of community and connection anymore. Even though, like, we say we have a lot of friends, I mean, especially with Facebook, oh my gosh, I have 375 friends. Like, no you don't. You know 7 of those people, and you see 3 of them maybe on a regular basis. You know, I honestly could say that I don't ever see my friends ever, the people that I would consider my friends. I don't hang out with them anymore. We don't make time for each other because we're all busy, and then the times we do have free time, we don't try to hang out with each other, and it's really sad and disheartening, and I think that adds to the stresses that we have in our lives, because we don't have an escape. I was talking to Roland today at work, and he was asking me about the new PlayStation Move, and he was surprised that I knew what it was. We were talking about how I don't play games anymore, and he's like, well, what do you do to escape this world? I'm like, well, I read a book, I go watch a movie, I do. So he's like, okay, you know, that's cool, but it's like friends, like human interaction, being with people, I feel like is an escape from the world, because sitting down with people and just chilling and, you know, laughing and telling jokes and playing games stuff, I feel like is an escape from the world, because that's not really reality. That's not what our day-to-day lives are. That's not work. That's not school. That's not kids, if you have kids, or whatever it is that we're doing in our lives. That's not normal. We don't normally do that kind of stuff. It's select special time that we spend together to relax and escape the crappiness of our days. You know, I mean, because work is work. No one likes work. You know, few people are lucky enough to get career type jobs in something they love. I mean, my career type job that I would love would be just to write, or just to make art, or just to play music. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to be able to just do that. And, you know, I've come to terms with that. That's part of existence. That's something that you do to escape the world that is your reality, and to get into this fantastical, magical realm where you can just relax and empty your head and not stress and not worry. So anyway, people are important for our lives, and I think that we need to get back to our community, and not necessarily community as a sense of place, but community as a sense of people and relationships that we create for ourselves and with each other. So that's all. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.